being here, and welcome. And I don't see Jerry Trombella. I'm not missing him. I know there's going to be a luncheon for him at 1. But I did want to take this opportunity to express our deep appreciation to Jerry, who of course has served in such a dedicated, capable, caring way as our Dean of Institutional Research and Planning. As most of you are aware, Jerry's accepted a wonderful opportunity to become registrar at New Jersey Institute of Technology, and Friday is going to be his last day here. So if you haven't already, between now and Friday, certainly wish him well, and we certainly are going to miss him, but wish him all the very best, and it really is a wonderful promotion for him. We all continue, I think, to celebrate and reflect on the success of last week's Middle States Decennial Peer Team site visit, the observations and feedback from our peer reviewers, and remember, all of them serve community colleges, and so they live and breathe our values as their life's work. Their feedback has been both affirming and I think historic in the life and evolving story of Hudson County Community College. I thank all who participated in the team visit kickoff dinner. We had, 100 people, students, faculty, staff, alumni, trustees, foundation board members, and all who participated in the many group meetings that were organized around questions the team had sent us really just a few days before the visit, maybe a week before. And those of you also, the many of you who attended the final public meeting where the team's preliminary findings were reported. As I shared immediately following that meeting, it was the widespread involvement and participation of all members of our community that made this fabulous preliminary outcome possible at the end of the day. Everybody came together. It was the work of everyone. So I thank the hundreds of students, faculty, staff, administrators, trustees, foundation board members, alumni, and others who participated in this most important cyclical peer review process that every post-secondary institution must undertake. And he's not even here, but I'd be remiss if I didn't once again offer very special thanks to Dr. Eric Friedman. I know he's not here because he's at a meeting in West New York. But Eric's served so skillfully as our accreditation liaison officer over the past years, taking the baton from Dr. Paula Pando as she began her presidency in Virginia. We also, and I always hesitate to thank people because inevitably I'm leaving a lot of people out, but I am going to just once again call out our Middle State Steering Committee co-chairs, Ellen Renaud and Professor Kathy Seidman, all of the members of the steering committee, and of course, Executive Administrative Assistant Alexa Riano, self-study editor and Professor Tony Acevedo, and Director of Curriculum Heather DeVries, and IT Specialist Kevin Eng. And Tony, some of you know this, Tony, Heather, and Kevin even stayed, you talk about do whatever it takes, right? They even stayed in the team's hotel for 3 evenings so that they would be on hand to answer questions and offer support in the nighttime hours, which is when the team members were doing their work after their day with us each night. And indeed, they were called upon and rose to the occasion beautifully. I know at the very 11th hour, is Tony here? He's not here, is he? He was called on to answer a really important question. And I think Kevin, is Kevin here? Where's Kevin? Kevin. And so you were, if I remember correctly, you were actually asked to print something, and you had a printer in your room just in case the printer didn't work, which it didn't, and you did. And so really a work that we can all take pride in. So congratulations to all of us. Our future, I think, is very bright. I think that deserves a round of applause. Now, here's the caveat. A reminder, though, that the visiting teams report will be a recommendation to the Middle States Board of Commissioners in the process of their review of our reaccreditation materials and the team's findings. On Monday, we received additional information from Middle States about the upcoming review of the team findings and action by the Middle States Board of Commissioners that will be taken in June. Team Chair Dr. Darian Pollard will soon send me a draft of the final team report. It'll be a written draft similar to the oral report they gave us, but with more substance. And then we'll have an opportunity to comment on any factual errors that we see in that written team report. The team chair, Dr. Pollard, will then upload the final team report with any corrections we make to Middle States by April 29th, 2019. And by the way this works, it can't be April 30th, it's April 29th. We'll have an opportunity to respond to the commission then before they take their final action, identifying the areas of the team report with which we agree or disagree. This response will be written as a letter addressed to Dr. Elizabeth Sobolski, who's president of the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. It is due to her honor before May 6th. Dr. Pollard will then also upload a confidential chair's brief to the commission by May 11th of 2019, and she will then present the brief at a meeting of the commission on Monday, June 3rd, 2019, which is where they will take final action. And we will then be informed of the commission's final decision by the end of June, after which we will, and we're poised to do this, issue a news release assuming that the final decision remains unchanged for the team's preliminary findings. On rare occasions, the commission may act outside of the team's recommendations, so we have to remain focused on these remaining steps in the process, and I'm going to continue to ask Dr. Friedman to oversee and lead this process for us as our accreditation liaison officer. But having said all of that, we're in good shape, I think. We're in very good shape. We have to do these final pieces. They're important. It's not finished until they take action, but I think we're in great shape. I'm pleased to also share, is Michael Furlise here? I do this every time. Whoever I ask if they're here, if they aren't. But Michael, at following the report of the team's findings, said, you know, are we going to have a celebration? And we are. We're planning a college-wide celebration of the successful outcome of our site visit. It'll be an opportunity to thank all who participated in the full reaccreditation process, and also an opportunity to celebrate the upcoming conclusion of a very successful academic year. I think it's been a great year, all things considered. And we use this occasion also to recognize and celebrate faculty who achieved tenure and promotion and other faculty and staff accomplishments. The celebration is going to be held on Friday, April 26th from 3 to 5 p.m. right here. This will also be an opportunity to celebrate the board's designation, which should happen next Tuesday. Their board meeting got postponed, but they're going to be designating April as Hudson County Community College Month in keeping with the national celebration throughout the month of April. And very appropriately, it just so happens, April 26th is HCCC Spirit Day. So we hope you'll all show your HCCC spirit that day. So please mark your calendars as everyone's invited. This will be everyone's celebration. It's going to be nice food, and more information will be forthcoming. I want to thank Jen Oakley and Aaron Renone for their leadership of this event. And then I'm also pleased to share that our Board Capital Projects Committee, and Ilya is in the room.
Yes, I'm here.
Ilya's in the room, but I was thinking about Eurus. So I'm pleased to share that our Board Capital Projects Committee has recommended to the full board action to fund a complete roof replacement at our North Hudson campus. Yes, complete. It's $560,000, but we're going to do it right. It's an item on the agenda for approval at next Tuesday's board meeting, and with the board's approval, this project will be funded, fortunately, with Chapter 12 funding. This is funding provided by the state and county, specifically for capital projects. The new roof will be constructed at a different pitch. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but I think I know. A different pitch to ensure the full resolution of the leaking problem that we've been experiencing, you've been experiencing over the years. And the current roof solar panels will be reinstalled properly this time in order to achieve continued and probably greater energy savings. So Eurus and Ilya will keep all North Hudson campus students, faculty, and staff, and all of us apprised of the timing and steps in this process. But we are very focused on making sure that this complete roof replacement happens over the summer and before the fall semester begins. So I really want to take this. Who's here from North Hudson? If I could just ask. I want to thank everyone at North Hudson for their patience and understanding. Incredible inconvenience, to say the least, and also just your cooperation and flexibility. But we can see the light at the end of the tunnel finally. And speaking about positive things, also, hopefully you've noticed that construction has begun and is now in full force for the new student center next to the Gabriel Library. We plan to hold a brief student center renovation kickoff celebration on Monday, April 29th at 4:30 p.m. in the Gabert Library lobby, which will also be the entrance area for the new Student Center. County Executive Tom DeGeese, Board of Trustees Chair Bill Netcher, hopefully, if she's able, Student Government President Rhoda Alarabee and/or other students, and several others will offer brief remarks. So we hope you'll join us if you're able. You'll be seeing information about this. And then immediately following the celebration, we'll recognize and celebrate student achievement at the annual Student Achievement and Excellence Award Ceremony, which will begin at 5 p.m. on the 6th floor of the Gabert Library. So that should be a great day. And then I'm also delighted to share that we've received notice of next year's allocation of funding through the annual Carl D. Perkins Grant for Career and Technical Education. And this funding provides direct instructional support, as many of you know, for career and technical education programs, services, and facilities. And we've been allocated $824,815, which for the second year in a row is at the top of the allocations provided for New Jersey's 19 community colleges. We actually had the highest allocation this year. Next year's allocation is second highest. Excuse me. And this is certainly a reflection of our continued growth and excellence in career and technical programming. Since our last town hall meeting, we have held ribbon cuttings for our 2 new food pantries on the Journal Square and North Hudson campuses, and we in fact just opened the North Hudson Food Pantry yesterday. Yes. This is an extremely important statement about this community's caring, compassion, and commitment to our community members' welfare. I want to thank all who worked tirelessly to bring these food pantries to fruition. This includes our student affairs staff with particular leadership from Associate Dean Dr. David Clark. Is David here? Thank you. Members of Phi Theta Kappa who made this their service project for the year. Do we have any Phi Theta Kappa this year? Just came back from their national conference. It was so wonderful to see our students recognized, and Dr. Gabert, who received the Michael Bennett Lifetime Achievement Award. Just an incredible organization. And we also want to thank our generous HCCC Foundation, who's provided very important and needed funding for the project, and our dedicated staff in public safety and security, IT, facilities, and so many others. Kudos to everyone for that support. Now, we want to continue to consider how we can grow and expand these facilities and their usage to benefit our community to the fullest extent possible going forward. We're going to learn from our experience. We're going to look at partnerships that provide enhanced products that we can make available. We're going to really try to figure out if we can partner with Flick so that there's the opportunity, if we have food left over from major events, to properly refrigerate those and make those available. So we want to keep growing this and work with other agencies in the community that are doing similar work to share best practices and work together. I think it's just fantastic. So I understand we are already seeing some pretty significant use of this at the Journal Square campus. Food pantry, and North Hudson is open today. Yeah. So finally, you should have received or will soon receive the IDEA survey on my leadership that's being administered by Kansas State University. This survey is being distributed, and I'm happy to say, to all full and part-time faculty and staff. Did you all receive it?
Yes.
You did, good. I think it went out last night. I really hope you'll take a few minutes to provide feedback that will help me grow as a servant leader and as your president. These survey results will be provided in the aggregate form only. I just want to emphasize again, and will be anonymous. There will be no attributions of individual comments. The deadline for completion of the survey is going to be April 24th. So I hope you'll fill it out, and then I plan to share the results in the aggregate form and discuss the results with everyone at our May town hall meeting. So that'll be an opportunity for good, solid discussion. And with that, I'm going to end my remarks, and I'd be happy to entertain questions, comments, and any reports or information you'd like to share with others. So I open the floor. Willie has a mic, if we need a mic. And I'm not going to let you go without some questions. Questions, comments? Oh, no, I thought so. Sorry. Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's just a comment, backed by popular demand, the exercise science personal fitness training students are in the library, I believe, for 2 more Mondays. So if you would like to perfect your exercise plan or you have questions for our athletic trainer, Professor Karen Hosick, come by 3 to 5. They're there, they bring the equipment, and I have 3 personal fitness training students. This is part of their internship. So they're under the direction of a personal trainer. They've been there, I think, about 6 weeks now, and they wanted to continue for 2, 3 more. So you're welcome to come. Everyone's welcome to come. Yes?
Is it every day?
No, it's just Mondays,
Mondays.
3 to 5. I wish we could do it every day, but then you would have to hire Professor Hosick full time. That was a great segue, thank you. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you.
Hello everybody.
Here comes it up microphone. There you go.
I just wanted to share and with everybody that we got approval for dialysis technician certificate program from Monet. I don't know, not many know, but it's a big deal. It's the really kind of like main goal is to provide a quality program to the students, and we are approved, and we soon, probably summertime, will be able to provide the program to the community.
Fantastic. That's good. Concerns or questions? Any issue you might want to talk about? Thank you. Get a mic.
So I'm really happy to hear that the roof at North Hudson is being fixed. And I know we have some new construction going on. What steps are we putting in place to ensure that they're more sound so that we don't go through this again? Because I know we have our own issues upstairs on the 5th floor as well. That hasn't been happening recently, but you know.
At
they
what
happen.
5th floor
Up in the
here.
buildings.
Well, what I can tell you, so the North Hudson roof, I can tell you, has been designed to be absolutely, we're doing this absolutely right. We are doing this in the most comprehensive possible way. We have left no stones unturned in terms of doing the complete job and not trying to patch or fix in any way. I don't know, Ilya, if you want to, do you have any comments about that?
Well, yeah, so there's different stories about the roof at North Hudson campus. If I'm going to start, I'm going to talk about this for.
Let's get you a microphone if we could.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, talking about the North Hudson campus, there's different stories about these roof issues from the beginning, from the day one. How we can prevent it moving forward, to trying to put some additional quality control during the construction, like the construction of the roof replacement, which is hopefully going to happen over the summer. We're going to keep an eye and making sure that everything is done according to the plan. Talking about this building, you're talking about the lease of this building. So this building roof was repaired, and it's a absolutely different issue. It's just a brand new, probably was damaged from one of the highway or whatever. But that's all the comments I can make right now. Yes.
Actually, we're talking about the roof, and the roof in the nursing building F, right? The roof, we have a lot there. Yes, and we have equipment, and it's always leaks, and I put the work order that fixed, but it leaks again. It's kind of like, I don't know what to do with it.
We'll take a look. I mean, this is, yeah, the roof is our pain. We got a brand new roof on 162, 168 building, by the way, which is actually really for us. But insanity is one of the issue, and I agree it's continuous issue. When it's not going to be to the point where we need a new roof there, absolutely not. It's a local repairs, which we are staying on top of.
I would ask you, we need to know whenever there's a problem, that please don't assume someone else has reported it, and let us know, because we want to be addressing those issues.
I just want to make sure that everybody knows that we have a procedure in the city's department. All the requests that you're sending through the system or through the emails is getting answered to you within the same day. So if you notice, like the president just mentioned, if you notice anything wrong on the campus, please don't hesitate to send it, give us a heads up.
Others, comments, questions, information, concerns? Thank you. Excellent.
The lawyer in me would like to know, why there was a problem up at North Hudson with the roof. Was it the architect? Was it the construction company? And are they paying for it?
And you can bet those are questions I have asked. And, I'm going to do my best, and then you can chime in. It appears to be a whole variety of things. It appears that when the roof was installed in the beginning, while it was installed in a way that met requirements, it was not an ideal pitch. In retrospect, the pitch was wrong. And then over time, as there were problems, and this is not under anybody's watch here, but those problems were addressed in ways that did not allow us to maintain the warranty. And hence, we have looked at all possible remedies. We have received some support from our insurance carrier. Anything else you want to add to that, Elaine?
Well, yes, we did get some reimbursement from the insurance, but again,
If we can't hear it, let's explain.
yeah, we got the reimbursement, partially reimbursement from our insurance carrier, but unfortunately the warranty has been compromised. What I want to add, that there was a big storm right before this flood, which made the situation much worse. And we got leaks here and there, like yours and everybody who's been there on the 7th floor knows, we've got leaks in different spaces, but not a flood like that. So right before this flood, it was a really high wind storm, which probably made the situation much worse.
It's okay.
Yeah, probably have more.
Dr. Gabriel allowed me to plant corn the first time, first moved to North Hudson on the roof. When we first moved in, as Ilya mentioned, we had continuous leaks, but it wasn't like everywhere. It was like you might get some drops in one office, and there'll be a local solution that tries to be fixed, and then you'll be like, okay, we fixed it, no more leaks. And a few months after that, or maybe even a year, you get another leak in another place, and there was these continuous projects, but as of recent, that's when we had like a real big leak, and that's when the situation came that it needed to be solved. So I'm happy that we're getting a new roof, and it was a joke. I really did not plan for it.
Actually, sounds like a good idea. Others? Anyone, let's say in the All College Council, that might want to give any reports? Or any of our associations?
I have
Yeah.
an announcement.
Oh, okay.
Within the College Council, we have different committees, and I'm a liaison with the Committee of Facilities and Space. So we had a meeting recently, and the committee decided, actually it's still plans still under development, but we're going to move with the recycling program. We're going to make some changes in existing recycling program. So we're gonna, like I said, it's still under development, but we're gonna probably initiate, put a couple of buildings in new system tryout. In other words, there's gonna be North Hudson campus and maybe the library building over summer. We're gonna make some changes in recycling. We're gonna be noticing bins relocated and some other stuff, and I will announce all the details of that. But we expect it's gonna be really improving our recycling system, and that's gonna be supported by the community. Then we're going to extend it starting with the fall.
Very good. Very good. I know that's important to a lot of people here. Well, Lisa.
I might need a mic.
It's coming.
Or maybe not. Do I need a mic?
No.
No mic needed. Okay, so I have to quiet down.
So, from the Office of Faculty and Staff Development, I want to let everyone know that we are partnering with NISOD, the National Institute of Staff and Organizational Development, and we have received that we can go forward with our membership with them. So the membership is 1 year at a time, and so we are going to renew that. So we have received permission to renew that membership one more time. But it's important that everyone take advantage of all of the webinars, the other opportunities, not just the international conference, which we do send, thanks to the foundation, 5 people to each year, but also there are webinars, there are abstracts that people can fill out. I know Katie Sweeting has submitted an abstract, and the whole world gets to see that because they are a National Institute of Staff and Organizational Development. But we are also doing they're doing something new. They partnered with a Q, and then we co-hosting a seminar for them, a credit-bearing seminar. It's a 1-day seminar. It will happen in November, and it will probably target most for faculty. So look out for that email. It'll be coming out soon. But definitely for any professional development workshops, they have many, especially for people who want to improve their teaching and their leadership. So take advantage of those, and thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Following along the lines of professional development, I just wanted to give everyone a reminder, we have an active Toastmasters Club on campus. If you know what Toastmasters is and you are interested in joining, please email me or Angela Tuso, who is our Vice President of Membership. This is something that is paid for by the college as part of our professional development, so all of us are more than welcome to take advantage of it. Please, please, please join, get active, and get toasting.
Excellent.